What's going on, everybody? Should be piling in, getting my stuff together. We got a long broadcast tonight. Got some stuff to talk about. It ain't gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be nice. I'm telling you now. We may lose some people tonight. We may lose some people from the YouTube channel tonight. Mm. Oh well. Can't say I didn't warn you. Can't say I didn't warn you. Might lose some people. Drop in the chat. Where you at? Where you from? What you doing? What it be? But we ain't lose some people tonight. Hurt some feelings, but that's okay. The fire should. I need to find a. I need to find a volcano. That's what I need to find. I need to find a volcano. I need to find a volcano for the background. That's what I should have wanted. Found a volcano for the background. Light it up. Light it up. Light it up. That's what I should have got. A volcano in the back. Palm Beach County, what's going on? Heather, what's going on? Jerome, Leroy, how you doing? What it is. All right, so let's get started. I don't know. I didn't know how I want to start tonight, but I'm just gonna dive right in. I'll get it going. All right, so this week or last week was this week is the supercomputing conference in Denver. I plan on attending that as well. It's one of my conferences I've been wanting to go to for 10 years. I've never been in a city where I could get to it or whatnot. So now I'll get a chance to get to it. But the one conference that did go to last week was the KubeCon conference. Oh, now they want to have the snow in the back. Awesome. So with the KubeCon conference, we had I think they had a turnout. They said the it was low, but let's go with it was about 12,000 people there. Out of 12,000 people there, excluding the vendors, I probably counted a max of 100 black people. Max 100. That's an issue for me because that means that one, the word isn't getting out. Two, we're not in the rooms, and three, there's some type of disconnect going on. But we're working on a remedy for that. However, in the meantime, in between time, let's talk about what happens at these conferences when you're not in the room, when you're not there, when you're not able to see people, right? Um, I know a lot of people at these conferences, and so to get in and out of the rooms and so forth and so on is something I can introduce people to. But how do you do this by yourself? And so that's a remedy that I got a couple of people we're working on that. However, just getting to the conference, there is let's start off with KubeCon and let's start off with the CNCF and all their conferences. All have diversity scholarships, right? These scholarships are aimed towards you getting to the conferences, whether they're international or not. So let's open up with this. So on the screen, we have the diversity scholarship, right? For any other conference. This is just for KubeCon, but let's go to all the events. All right. So let's go to all of their events. All right. Let me go back. Let me back up and do events. Oh, that it took me there. Cool. All right. So all of their events that they have for the Linux Foundation, at some point or another, they all have what we call diversity scholarships. Now, most people got pride and they're like, oh, I want to be one of those diverse candidates that go on a diversity scholarship. And, how dare you go on a diversity scholarship, this, that, and other. Okay, so if you don't get your company to pay for it and you don't apply for the scholarship and you don't have the money to apply to it, or you don't want to go, okay, that's fine. However, here's what you miss when you're not in the room. You miss sitting down talking to people who are hiring on the spot. You miss sitting down talking to people who are actually doing things in the community where they can show you how you can get involved. So what does that lead to? Well, getting involved could possibly lead to, especially with your code commits, or and your code commits don't have to be code commits for like, hey, I submitted code. It could be, hey, your README is wrong, or I followed your directions and I couldn't get this up, or you could better lay this out this way. Just different things. So what does that mean to you? Well, this is what happens on a lot of these projects, especially these open source projects. There are companies that are being established from the ground up. And so that puts you in the room with people who are actually working on those projects, and then maybe somebody utilizing it. So that means you get exposure to one, a startup, two, an open source project, and three, a company that could be looking for a developer, a maintainer, a security person, a customer success person, somebody to write blogs, somebody to talk about more about the product, somebody to go to the conferences, somebody to do presentations. It could be a number of things. Spacelift was there. Code Cloud, or is it Code Academy or Code Cloud was there. You got a chance to meet people. I got a chance to get books signed. We got a chance to talk to the authors. You get a chance to sit down and ask people, how did they write their book? How can I go about writing my book? How can I go about being on the speaking tour? How can I do a project? You miss all these other things. Why am I telling you that? Okay, I'm telling you that because at the end of the day, I always tell you to be the solution. You can't be the solution if you're not in the room. And you can't also provide any type of, you can't create your own path, your own and your own brand if you're not in the room. If you're not in the room here, then where are you in the room at? Render ATL is coming up. There's other conferences, Hashi, the whole nine. There's so many. Ignite, uh, get her verse. GitLab has their conference coming up. Just everybody has a conference. You got to figure out what your lane is going to be and go towards that direction. I give you Kubernetes and I give you KubeCon because it's an easy way to get in order to maneuver and get around in terms of like, hey, they got a diversity scholarship. They're paying for your flight. They're paying for your hotel. They're paying for your conference ticket. All you got to do is show up. Now it's on you when you get to the conference to kind of maneuver around. Second thing, when you're at the conference and you see other Black people and you don't speak, I don't understand what that is. I called that out as well too. Start talking to people. How y'all gonna walk? It's only 100 of y'all in there. How you gonna be walking around the conference and don't talk to nobody? You got to right now. Yeah, you know, like how y'all gonna do that, right? It's already, Anthony. It's already a list of conferences out there. It's a whole website. In fact, if you go to papercall.io, papercall.io lets you know what conferences that you can go speak at and you can apply to speak. That's one. Two, there is a whole slew of open source conferences, and there's a list out there. If you just type in open source conferences, somebody has a list already compiled for you, right? Casual Economist, shout out for being a member of 7 months. Thank you for joining. And y'all, thank y'all for being here. Like, I'm really pissed off, right? I tried to hold my composure at the conference. It came out a little bit because I was mad about something else. But again, I don't understand. As much as we talk about we want to be in the room, we're not even we're not even applying for the free scholarships. We're not even applying for the free training. We're not even applying for for all the free stuff, but yet and still we complain about ain't nobody hiring us. Well, shit, that's one way somebody can hire you is go to the conference, be in the room, do interviews on the spot, let them know They got mentorships. They got Empower Us. They got all these other things, but we ain't even in the room. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Then when we get in the room, we don't even talk to each other. Well, that don't make sense to me either. Why would you not talk? Why would you not say hi? What is the significance? What do you think? Somebody gonna say something to you and gonna take your money? Like what I mean, what's going on? Right? I just have questions. So the next thing is I posted a job in Slack. And I have that job right here. I have two jobs right here that I want to talk about. Because I have concerns. What's the holdup? What's the problem? Why are we not asking questions? I have questions, right? I have questions. So let me find this other job. Let me find this job. Oh yeah, that's it right there. So let's have a discussion tonight. Let's really have a candid discussion tonight. Am I gonna teach tonight? I might. I got a lot of things I want to talk about. I got some things I want to talk about, but I don't know. We'll see. I posted this job right here. This job right here got posted. Let me get off of that. And let me just blow it up, right? This job got posted. Quantitative trader / PM. On target earnings 5 million to 10 million. Now I posted that job. I posted this job in our Slack, in Will Slack. I posted it in Blacks and Technologies, and I posted it in Anton's Discord. No one asked me one question about that job. No one asked one question about that job. No one asked about how can I get the skills. Is it possible I could talk to the guy? Or, hey, do you know anything about this? It did. Nobody asked nothing. So I have a question: is when you see 5 to 10 million, do you automatically say to yourself, "That can't be for me"? It can't be for me. It can't be for me. I told y'all last week, or maybe the week before last. I keep telling you, the jobs that are coming out are about to be stupid. The money is about to be stupid. I'm telling you, the money is about to be stupid. And no one is hearing what I'm saying. To prove my point, right here. Open AI recruiters are trying to lure Google AI employees with $10 million pay packets. $10 million pay packets. Right? This job over here, 5 to 10 million. And I keep wondering if I think we like struggling. I think the mind has said, you know what? You're no better than 47K. So when you see something for 100,000 or 200,000 or 300,000, don't you dare think about applying for it, because they're not talking about you. I really do think we like the struggle. I think we need to go back to government cheese, please. I think we do. Spam and government cheese. Like, no, I'm not gonna be easy. No, I'm not. I told you I was gonna lose some people tonight. I told you I was gonna drop some followers tonight. And guess what? I'm okay with that. Listen, when I'm out here and I'm talking, and Heather can vouch for this, everybody who was at the conference with me can vouch for this. I have no reason to lie to y'all. I have no reason to tell y'all all these stories, this, that, and other. I am showing you every week after week after week after week, jobs, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, 600,000. Now I showed you 1 million, 2 million. Now we're at 5 million, 10 million. And then people would look at me and tell me I'm lying. Like, well, go ask them if they lying or not. Right? They're putting the jobs out there. We're not even asking what skills. How can I get the skills? That's why I brought Joe on. So we could talk about how to get the skills. Blockchain Rust. Get to it. Blockchain Rust, get to it. Right? You got quantitative traders, quantitative DevSecOps. We got quantum computing DevSecOps. Whole reason why I'm going to the supercomputing conference is to talk about what it means to be a quantitative, not a quantitative, but a quantum computer DevSecOps engineer. I already got the job was with IBM. I already got the job. I turned the job down. I know what it takes. But for me, in order to really bring it home for you, I need to find somebody else really, and I'm being honest with you. I got to find somebody else that don't look like me. Because when a person look like me and I'm telling you that, you don't believe that shit. But if it don't look like me and somebody he's of another persuasion, another color, you believe that. And I don't know what that is, but fine. If that's what I got to do, if I got to trick you, fine. I'll trick you. If I got to trick you, then fine, I will trick you. Like if I gotta go get somebody else that come from Switzerland to tell you to go apply for a job, then I would do that. I am telling you, the jobs that are coming out and the money that is coming out is about to be stupid. And this is just the prelude of what is about to come. You want to sit on the sideline and act like nothing is happening? The jobs are not going on around you. They are. We're not on the stage keynoting. Not at this conference, we wasn't. We ain't on the stage. We on the sidelines, wondering how we get to the conference. That's fine. It's requiring a PhD or a master's degree, but it didn't say also that if you had a trade for experience for Python and C++. And that's what I mean. You got to go in. Like when I see stuff like that, they would say requiring a PhD or a master. Man, I don't even care about that. I'm applying anyway. Blockchain Rust. Learn it. Go now. Quantitative computing, quantitative trading. The hedge funds are hiring like crazy. You know why? See, you got to follow the money. I don't know if y'all been following the money, the whole thing with blockchain, the whole thing with crypto, the whole thing with just anything around the financial industry. Why do you like? Come on, work with me. What do you think Elon Musk is doing when he's talking about, we're getting ready to start going at the finances, right? He's starting to build a whole financial sector, savings accounts, wealth management, IRAs, 401ks. What do you think he's doing? He needs cash. Why? Because he needs your cash so he can hold it and use it as leverage, right? He's got a whole year. He said he's going after the financial industry. He's just gonna do an MVP. What I tell y'all about that MVP? Anybody who been to the Wednesday meetup, what I tell you about that MVP? Fail forward, right? Design thinking. How do you fail forward and fail fast within 24 hours? He's given 1 year. They're already applying for patents. They're already using AI. I'm trying to tell you what's going on, what's happening right before your eyes. And all you know what you're going to be? You know what y'all going to be? I went and downloaded the app. Elon got a new joint out. I downloaded the app. You're going to be forever consumers. You're never going to make any money. Never. You're never going to make any money. You're going to be a forever consumer. Because you're choosing to turn a blind eye. You're choosing to listen. Yes, I know inflation is high. Yes, I know eggs is high. Yes, I know groceries is high. But you know what I know else is high? Them salaries. Go on drop a one in the chat if you're feeling what I'm saying. Them salaries is high right now. They sky high. Them salaries is sky high. I don't know what y'all be looking at every day. I know what I'm looking at every day. Every day I'm looking at salaries. What come in my inbox today? What's popping out here in these streets? Them salaries. The salaries is sky high. I'm trying to tell you. So, action item for you. The next conference coming up for CNCF. Go look at the diversity scholarship. Go look and see where the conference at. For those that are new, my suggestion is wait till they come back to North America, because you don't want to be in Paris by yourself, because you probably will be. I'm gonna tell you, probably won't be nobody there that look like you unless they work in a booth. Wait till they come back to the States. I'm just being honest with you. Wait till they come back to the States. Now, secondly, KubeCon or the CNCF isn't the only conference to go to. There's Render ATL, there's DockerCon, there's stuff for Python, there's stuff for quantum, there's stuff for high performance computing. Go down the rabbit hole. In most of those conferences, especially the Usenix conference, which is another one, let's go there because I've talked about this before. They also have diversity scholarship conferences, diversity scholarships for their conferences. Let's go over here to Usenix. And then let's go see, we got conferences, membership, students, code of conduct. Hey, I was on the code of conduct. I just like to see my name. It was I was on here for creating stuff for the whole 2020. All right, so we got grants right here, a student grant right here, diversity grant program, grants specifically, like the things that are coming out, they are specifically saying grants for Black students. If you identify, it say Black. We say in your face, in your face, Black. That's what we want. You want to apply for those. If you do not identify, go for the diversity grant scholarship. If you're a student, go for that. They already tell you. Now, let's go back up here. I am telling you to apply. And let's go to conferences. Let's blow it up. Put this one on the big screen. Put the conferences on the big screen. Take me down. All right. So on the conferences, we got SRECon. It's coming up. It's in San Francisco, March 18th through the 20th. Do you think you should apply for the diversity scholarship now? Yes. Yes, you should apply. Right? And you can see the dates of when these are coming up. Did you know there was a conference for file and storage technologies? Did you know there was a conference for networked systems design and implementation? Did you know that? Unix Security Symposium. It's in Philadelphia. Unix Security 24. They are taking CFPs. Call for proposals. In other words, to speak at the conference. They already have it laid out for SRECon 2025. Right? Look at these lists and see which one applies to you that you may want to go. You may want to go, you may not. If you're not sure about them, you can also look at their papers, like when people have written different papers for the conferences and stuff like that, and what that looks like, how they laid out their stuff, their talks and so forth. You can go online and look at their talks. You can go right here to multimedia. I think you got to join. No, you don't. Cool. You can go on here multimedia and look at the conferences that people have already presented at and see which one fits you. Again, look at here. They went to Africa. Those that want to go to Africa, this is how you go to Africa. If you're not going by yourself, what you do, you just say, okay, let's play. Let's show you. Let's give you the game. Let's give you the game. Get your notepads out. Let's give you the game. All right. So how does it work? Let's give you the game. So this is how it works. You apply to get the diversity scholarship to go to the conference. You go a couple of days, maybe 2-3 days early, maybe 4 days early. You save your money up for them 4 days so you can go early. Then you let them take care of the rest of your trip. You go and spend your own money or whatever, however, coupon, Groupon, I don't care, travel agent, I don't care. So you can go and do your thing early. Now, here's the other thing. Usually, those conferences, because they know you're traveling far, those room rates that they have for the conference, they also have for those 3 or 4 days out early. So you go ahead and get your 3 or 4 days out early and spend your time at the conference. Or you can fly into another city, spend time in that city, and depending on where you're at, you can take a train, especially over if you're in Europe. This is just an easy way for you to kill two birds with one stone. Why? Because now I'm 1099. It's a business trip, this X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to the conference, which I get my stuff paid for. Boom, I get a write-off, and we're done. That's just a game. Everybody does it. Everybody stays either come a little early or stay a little later. Usually people come early because after they've been done at the conference, they only stay about 1 or 2 days. After that, they're ready to go. Ready to get on that flight, come on back home, depending on where you're at. Depending on where you're at. All right, so I think everybody got the idea now, right? We're gonna see more than, it's probably more like 80 people at the conference that I saw. And I might have counted a couple of people twice. But that's okay, we'll take it. 100 people out of 10 or 15,000. I think I'm about 12,000 this year. The numbers ain't came out yet. I heard when I talked to everybody, they said 12,000 people had signed up. Only 100 people that look like they're part of the crew came. Right? 100 people. So that means we're not in the rooms. That means we're not getting the deals. And when I say the deals, let me speak on this for a second. All right. When I talk about deals, I'm talking about, hey, and this happens to me all the time. Hey, we got somebody that dropped out of speaking. Do you mind? Do you got to talk that you got ready to go? We're going to just throw you in there to talk or whatever. Or, hey, do you mind come sitting on this panel real quick? Or, hey, we were looking for someone for this other conference that's coming up in another 3 weeks. We can go ahead. We're just going to go ahead and put you in. You got to talk ready. Boom. Hey, I know this is last minute, and I know you got some things in that, but what's your speaking fee? Or, hey, we're gonna pay for you to do X, Y, and Z, or we'll pay for you to speak at this conference. Being able to speak at the conference, being on the chairs, being on the committees, those people get paid. But you can't get paid if you ain't there. That's what it is. All right, I'm off my soapbox. I'm done. I'm done. Rumbling in the back. I'm done. I'm done. All right, so let's go and talk about this open AI. We're gonna do AI. We're gonna do site reliability engineering. We're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff tonight. Let's get busy. All right, open AI recruiters are trying to lure Google AI employees with $10 million pay packets. $10 million pay packets. The company has already hired dozens of former Google and Meta employees to work at the AI firm. OpenAI is in the talks for another employee share sale this year, and this could have a value. It could value it at $86 billion. OpenAI just escalated its talent war with Google. The AI firm is trying to attract some of Google's best researchers. Let me pause right here for a second. because I want to say this. I want to say this. I want to say this really, really, really quickly. Um, People will shame you because you chose to leave a job. Recruiters will shame you. Some employers will shame you because you left. Now, let's just talk about it for a second. If OpenAI approached me and they have a $10 million package and I'm making a million, 1.5 million over here, and they're telling me that I have 10 million I can make over here, do you think there's any kind of shame? Like, do you think people are ashamed? See, that's what I mean about when it get down, when we down here at the 100 level mark. When you down here, they try to talk to y'all in a kind of way. They try to tell y'all, you know what, you need to stay here, work this job. You're getting 100,000. You're making most than most people in the United States, and you need to be here 5 or 6 years. And then, but these people out here with these packages at 5 million, 10 million, 1 million, 2 million. And then you sitting on the sidelines over here, your skills ain't progressed. You're over here working with Bob and Johnny and Jim who don't like you or nobody else, and you ain't getting no more skills. And now you sitting over there wondering, like, well, how in the hell do I get? You're gonna have to leave. You're gonna have to leave. You're gonna have to leave. Stop letting people dupe you into thinking that because you're over here, you're getting these skills. Yes, you're getting skills. That's what you're supposed to do at a job. You're supposed to come in, you're supposed to get some skills. Your company is supposed to grow, but you're also supposed to be compensated for that. You're also supposed to be on this thing. And listen, most of these people out here are not gonna listen. If you don't listen, before you sign on the dotted line, get your money up front. Stop waiting to way in the water. I'm gonna prove it. Yeah. Gotta be like Showtime. Y'all wait till y'all get in the company and then you like, I'm gonna prove myself. No, get your money up front. You gotta get it up front, baby. You gotta get your money up front. If you ain't getting your money up front, they're not gonna give it to you on the back end. They're gonna be like, oh, the company has changed since you got hired. We don't have the money. That's all I'm saying. Get your money up front. All right, let's get back to it. The AI firm is attracting some of Google's best researchers through the pay pocket worth millions. And I think this is a link. I think they got an example of it, but let's look and see. As well as top resources, including AI accelerator chips to run the test, the information reported. OpenAI is exploring options for an employee share sale that values the company at 86 billion. If the recruiters are successful in enticing top Google AI researchers, they could benefit from the compensation package between 5 and 10 million. Just an FYI, I'm not saying no names or nothing like that, but this is what a conversation was at the conference. Compensation packages between 5 and 10 million. How to get that together? What does that look like? That's what we were talking about. But you're not there, so you can't have that discussion. That's what I'm talking about. How are you gonna get paid 20, 10, 20, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 for a talk? What does that look like? How do you set yourself up for that? Right. The company closed a share sale in April that saw it valued at 27 billion and 29 billion per TechCrunch. The firm behind ChatGPT has already won over talent from Google and Meta to help work on its AI chatbot. 5 former Google researchers were listed in the acknowledgments section of the OpenAI blog post announcing the launch of ChatGPT. OpenAI has hired at least 93 people who have previously worked at Google and Meta. The company has around 59 former Google employees and 34 ex Meta staff workers for it as of February, according to the data from Lead Genius and Pump Pinstripes. If I were y'all, I would make a note of these two companies, Lead Genius and Pump Pinstripes. Go look them up. Go see what they do. Go see how they get their information. Go see what they talk about. What information do they have? It's a reason why they quoted them. You need to know who they are, what they do. A job listing for a research engineer with OpenAI super alignment team shows an annual salary of 245 to 450 and states its total compensation generous equity and other benefits. Right? The company head of Super Alignment, a team that is focused on making AI systems align with human interests, said in August the team is hiring research engineers, scientists, and managers. So here's the podcast, 80,000 hours podcast. The company is looking for strong candidates who have a passion for making AI safer, who can think critically, understand machine learning, and know how to code. OpenAI didn't immediately respond to requests for a comment, right? So now this is one of the links that was there. So this is talking about their compensation packages. I gotta sign up for something in order to get, yeah, see, it kind of fades out right here about their compensation packages. But here, this quantitative, let's go and look at it. It's still open. Show verifications related to this job. Show skills. Is the skill right here. All right, requirements: PhD degree from top or master degree from top university, 5 to 10 years, quant trading experience running systematic and quantitative strategies, black box, gray box, no discrete trading, HFT and MFT strategies, stellar track record of live performances, 8 figures, AUM, assets under management with crypto trading, ability to port over IP or rebuild existing strategies, technical background in Python or C++. Now, the question is, do you know a quant trader? Do you know a quant trader that you can go follow? Can you learn from that quant trader? That's what I would be looking at. That's what I would be doing. That's what I would be doing. And I would be looking at, okay, well, what is high frequency trading and MFT? I know what HFT is, but MFT, FHT. Medium frequency trading is a trading style that falls between extremes of high frequency trading and low frequency trading, LFT. Medium frequency trading involves making trades at a frequency that is faster than LFT but slower than HFT. And then they start talking about the algorithms, the Indian Institute of Quantitative Finance, types of algos. And then they go into the algorithms and so forth. And I'm not telling you to go out and learn this now. What I'm telling you is be aware of it. Be able to talk the language. Be able to talk the language. Again, looking for managers. You may be able to manage. You may be on a team that does the security of it. You just never know. But if you don't even know the lingo or even know these things exist, you're never going to be in that room. Right? All right, so now let's go back to AI. Let's see, we got rid of that one. We did that one. We did that one. We did that one. All right. Yep. Somewhat. They'll branch out. The first AI nation. The very first AI nation. Back up. A ship with 10,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs worth 500 million cloud becomes the first ever sovereign territory that relies entirely on artificial intelligence for its future use. For its future. Here it is. The compute cluster Blue Sea Frontier. It is considered itself a sovereign territory. A floating data center, and this looks small on the screen. D, can you switch it out for me? A floating data center, put the screen on top. Yeah, there you go. A floating data center containing thousands of NVIDIA GPUs has raised question over whether the practice could result in the creation of sovereign AI states in the future. The Blue Sea Frontier Compute Cluster, created by the US firm Dell Complex, hint, 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 hint. What does that mean? I should go look up Dell Complex. That's what I would be doing. Hint, hint. Who is Dell Complex? Who are they? Go look them up. It's a key thing here that they put in here. When they say U.S. firm Dell Complex, it's a reason why they said that. It's a reason why they said that. So here we go. Here go Dell Complex right here. Merging human minds with AGI for resilient future. Automated onboard system, career transparency report, annual developer conference, hiring event in September. Right? Here's their robotics, clean energy, global resilience about them. Here's their careers. Collaborative. Current openings, we're always looking for exceptional talent in a variety of areas. Benefits. Let's look at their benefits. Let's look at their benefits. All right. Competitive opportunities for vertical and lateral career advancement, integrated synergistic team dynamics, access to state-of-the-art technological infrastructure, high engagement assignments with potential for societal ROI, interactive webinars, and weekly meetings with management. We almost had one. Life and family considerations, EAP, cultural. Learn more about our research, visit our facility, access to surplus records. They're one of those companies you got to email. They're one of those companies that you got to email. Please begin your application on the onboarding portal. Begin the onboarding process. Yeah, they're one of the ones that you just got to put in your resume and hope for the best. That's what that is. You know why? Because they don't have their jobs posted. I bet you probably would have to look up Dell Complex recruiters. Dell Complex recruiters. Probably gonna have to find somebody who's recruiting for them. And you're gonna have to email them. Let the chips fly where they may. They don't post anything. Notice they didn't post anything about their 401k. They didn't post anything else about employee-owned stock. They didn't say if they were publicly traded or not, which they're probably not. They're private. You'll probably have to look and see if they got any type of Dell Complex government contracts. Let's see if they got any contracts. You're gonna have to look and see if they got any contracts, because they had to get somebody had to fund that floating. Somebody had to fund it. Somebody got to use it. Somebody got to use it. All right. All right. So let's get back to them. The Blue Sea Frontier Cluster Computing cluster. Yep. Okay. 10,000 NVIDIA in H1 GPUs worth 500 million. In an announcement of X, Dell Complex said the floating data center will offer industry leading performance, advanced water cooling, solar power for environmental safety, This would be complemented by connected risk mitigation provided by onboard security system. Swerving AI regulations. Let me pull this back down so I can read. Autonomy is seems is the key focus for the Dell Complex. The idea behind the project points towards the eventual creation of sovereign nation states dedicated to AI deployment. Sovereign nation states. You need to go look that up too. Helmet Chili, what's going on? Thank you for the super chat. Bring all sorts of goodies tonight. I'll catch the replay. Yep. A sovereign state is a state that has the highest authority over a territory. International law defines sovereign states as having a permanent population, defined territory, a government not under another, and the capacity to interact with other sovereign states. Sovereign states. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Let's go back. All right. Its announcement on X, the firm said tightly guarded barge could operate in international waters and thus potentially be exempt for the international AI regulations. Key there. Exempt from international AI regulations. What are international AI regulations? Right? Exempt, meaning we don't fall under anybody's jurisdiction. So who would be most likely to go after something like this? Microsoft, Google, Elon. Who else? A new startup? Anybody dealing with satellites? Anybody dealing with satellites? The claims from Dell Complex come in the wake of growing discussions over global regulation of AI in recent months. Earlier this week, U.S. President Joe Biden signed an executive order outlining the rules around generative AI. The executive order will see U.S. agencies create new standards for AI safety and security. I keep trying to tell y'all: security, DevSecOps, platform engineering, site reliability engineering. Going to be your jobs for the next 10 years, 20 years. Wrap that around, put a little AI on that, put a little blockchain, put a little Rust, golden. Government overreach not only stalls the pace of innovation, but interferes with the cosmic endowment of humanity, the firm said. With rising global concerns about the stringent regulation of AI model training, Dell Complex offers a sanctuary in international waters. How much does it cost to get on their platform? How much money do they generate a month? How many models can they handle? The safety of it, the heating of the waters, what does that look like? Be on the lookout for this. Could Dell Complex plan work? Dell Complex appears confident that the statehood status of each data center, meaning more than one, aligns with international laws of sovereignty. The company said that the status of each would be recognized through the United Nations Convention of Law of Sea and I guess the Motivo or the Montevideo Convention. This is due to the fact that each would have a permanent population in the form of security forces and staff a defined territory, a government, and capacity to enter into relations with other states. So now when I see stuff like this, right, then I got questions, right? I have questions. So now let's just do this. And then let's do this here, data centers. And let's see what comes back. Modular data centers, Dell modular data centers. But only get one hit on this one right here. Only get one hit right here. And there's their website right there, which we were just at. Their menu, their products, their research, global resilience, their compute cluster, a dedicated security force comprised of personnel from allied nations, state military forces, and XIO Sky Security Solutions ensures that the safety of both the team and data, further fortifying its commitment to innovation. They're also eco-conscious approach, harness ocean currents for cooling, employing advanced solar arrays for power. Learn more about their cluster here. And they just go into a little bit more about the cluster. They don't really go into much. This is like almost like a black ops situation, if you ask me, where they can be their own government. And on top of that, do you have to live on off? Yeah, I don't know. You probably live on there, but then if I'm living on there, I'm away from family. Oh, here we go, right here. I'm away from family, so that means I also have to have some what we call hazardous pay and some what we call a loan pay for that. They got more about learning about their cooling systems, their regulations, and so forth. And here's what it looks like. So you probably got cameras everywhere. You got armed forces everywhere to guard at all times. Power scale, eco-conscious, fortified and secure, sovereign. Imagine you had to hide some money somewhere. Imagine that. All right, cool. Y'all got that. Y'all got Dell Complex. I hope you went and looked up that. I hope you also looked up the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. It's right here. I would look that up too. I'll give this article to you. You all can have at it. All right, so let's close that down. All right, we got AI. This is this one. Yep. Okay, we got this one. Yep. All right, let's go. Now, I want you to notice something here. I can't do it, but I just want you to notice that on the end of this here, this is his Robert Half career development. It says 15 high paying in demand IT jobs for 2024. What is in here is at the very, very top. It says, um, it says the 13 highest paying jobs in 2019. That's what the link in the link it says. Right. So I'm gonna hit enter on this. And it's gonna refresh. And it still says the 13 highest IT jobs in 2019, but the title says 15 high paying in demand IT jobs in 2024. Either somebody is linking something wrong or they got something all off, right? All right, so let's get busy. All right, technology professionals with in-demand skills and experience. Drop in the chat. Yeah, they repurposed the page. Yeah. Drop in the chat what you think some of the top 15 are. Right. What then again, this is an article I just found. This article just rewritten October the 26th of 2023. All right, so let's go. Robert Half, blah blah blah, technology. Okay, let's get busy. Application architect, big data engineer, DevOps engineer, system security manager, data scientist, um, data security analyst, database developer, ERP integration manager, help desk support manager, IT director, network cloud architect, network cloud engineer, network security engineer, software engineer. Did I miss one? Senior web developer. I think we pretty much all know these. I think we pretty much all know these. Right? That's what they're predicting for 2024. Again, I don't see nothing on here about AI, so that's why I think they just repurposed an old article. Be careful when you're looking at links. Be careful. Read the titles, read the links, see what if they really are going to where they're supposed to go. All right. The 10 best highest paying IT certifications. All right. I'm gonna tell you to get your Kubernetes. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you to get your RCE. Go ahead and get your RCEA. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you to get your if you want to be management product owner, scrum master ish down that road. You can go between any cloud, Azure or AWS. If you're feeling fancy and free, go on the back end and go support the companies and do Oracle on the back end because they support you on the back end, Salesforce on the back end. And I'm not talking about a Salesforce developer. I'm talking about supporting Salesforce applications and cloud and so forth. That's what I mean on the back end of those companies, right? Because they support so much. Kubernetes on all of those. Kubernetes K3s, edge computing, high performance computing. You got a floating data center sitting out in the water. Edge computing at its finest. Edge computing at its finest. All right, let's get busy. We know the benefits of IT certifications. I'm not going to read through all of that. AWS 140 for the solutions architect professional. The CISM 137. Google Cloud Architect 282. I've been telling y'all like Google Cloud is like the hidden gem. Like people they love those hidden gems. They usually get paid. They one of the ones on the back end. You don't even see about it. 282 is just an average. So when we think average, remember the bell curve, right? Oh, let me go because I don't want to draw. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Let's go look at the bell curve. Let's go look at the bell curve. Let's just look at a bell curve. I just want to talk about it. Like, okay, when they say average, they talking about right in here. Right? So 282 is right in here. 282,000 is right in here. I'm talking about over here. If you 282 right here, what you think you are over here? If you 282 right in here, what you are over here? In that top 20, the top 10, 20. What do you think you are over here? On that bell curve over here. You more than 282. You probably like 320, 340, 350. Probably even push out to 400. I know. I started off with the 5 million jobs and the 10 million jobs. I know. Maybe I should talk to the 47K jobs. Make sure y'all get the likes up too. Let me see what my likes looking like. I know I know y'all came, some of y'all came late, but what am I like? 46. I got 47 people watching and 26 likes. Tragedy. Y'all showing up like y'all do at the conferences. Get the likes up. All right, 282 for the Google Cloud Architect. CISSP 126. 126 for the CISSP. AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate 134. The AWS Certified Security Specialist 185. Project Management PMP 93. Nutanix 147. Microsoft Azure Solutions Architect 133. Google Cloud Digital Leader. Cloud Digital Leader. The Google Cloud Digital Leader is an excellent choice for those looking for the highest paying certifications in the tech world. The certification is open to anyone who wants to showcase their knowledge of leveraging Google Cloud products to help organizations achieve their goals. The exam covers various areas, including digital transformation, which everybody wants you to stop saying, and Google Cloud innovation and data and Google Cloud infrastructure application modernization and security operations, right? So Cloud Digital Leader from Google, 159. That was it, right? Springboard, DevOps, automation, site reliability engineering platform. All right, so that's that bell curve. We talked about that. Boom, boom. All right. So I'm bringing you stuff in Tampa for a reason, because when Biden announced that they're creating new tech hubs, I want you to start learning how to follow the money. That's just one. That's Code and Evelyn. That's just one person. You probably go look up another one, and they'll probably have all data. They'll have all AI. They'll have all DevOps. They'll have all platform. That's just one. Everybody got their own opinion. All right, St. Petersburg College plans $7 million renovation project to establish tech center in Tarpon Springs. Why am I telling you this? Follow the money. Follow the money. All right, so Tarpon Springs, and you can go look at your own cities and look for these keywords here. Tech center, right? So type new tech centers established in the South 2023 or 2024, right? So we got the 31 that came out right here, right? The tech hubs. But when they talk about these tech hubs, it's not just for that one particular area, right? It's going to be multiple areas they're going to have that where that money is going to seep out to, right? So when we look at these, right, we got smart photonic sensor, ocean robotics sensors. We got Oklahoma, we got Colorado, the Elevate Quantum Colorado. I told you about how much money is going into Colorado. Quantum computing, right? Advanced Farmer, IFAB, Tech Hub in Illinois, New Hampshire, Wisconsin, Baltimore, Birmingham. And when you think about how much money, I think each one of these tech hubs are supposed to get $75 million. So now think about how they're going to spread that money out around that, right? South Carolina and Georgia, clean energy. South Florida, sustainable and climate resilient infrastructure in Florida, right? Regaining leadership in the semiconductor, growing the future of material manufacturing. Listen, let me tell you something. I had these arguments all the time. You know what I had these arguments about? Let me tell you what people argue about. This is what they say. They say this. They say, how are we going to ever sustain and rebuild the Black community? And I'm going to tell you how you're going to do it. You're going to do it through tech. And everybody's going to be like, well, we got to have somebody to do the farming. Farming has tech. Farming has AI. Sustainability has tech, and it also has AI and data. We also have construction, which has AI and data, 3D printing, all these things. There's nothing that tech doesn't touch. So you may be in construction and may be on the tech side of construction. You may be a long haul driver and be on the tech side of long haul driving. You may be in delivery and on the tech side of delivery. There's nothing that tech doesn't touch. Now, the question is, do you want to be the worker bee and get the constant check? Or do you want to get the constant check and then understand how things move and where the money is going and be the owner? You got choices. Everybody can't be an owner. Somebody got to work, right? So then we got more stuff here. The Gulf of Louisiana offshore wind propeller, lithium, model-based enterprise tech strategy development consortium. What is that? These are things I will be looking up. Things I will try to figure out, how can I join? How can I be a part of? And here's read more about techhubs.gov. Takes you right here to it. Right? And what they're doing and where they need help at. Now the question is, what side of this do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the government contractor side? Do you want to be on the training side? What does that look like? Right? So when I talk about this, St. Pete College plans to put $7 million renovation project to establish a tech center in Tarpon Springs. What kind of tech center are they trying to put in? Right? They create a space for students to learn modern technology skills. The Tech Hub will be a 10,000 square foot facility named after Florida House of Representative Chris Sprowls. The Tech Hub is due to launch in 2024. The renovated space is a part of more than 40,000 square feet. It wouldn't disrupt anything, but it will cause a synergistic effect with the college and the community. The renovation will also give the building a makeover. Let's look at what they're looking to do. They got the college to receive a federal grant. Here's the key. It's always the key. You got to keep reading. I'm gonna give you this, and you know what? You better go look at what's in your area. I'm gonna give you this. The college was recently awarded a $323,000 grant to develop its AI and geospatial training. AI and geospatial training. Who you think is going to recruit from the area? Didn't Elon just move out to Florida? Not Elon, but Jeff. Didn't Jeff just move out to Cape Canaveral? If I'm Jeff, I'm not gonna pull people from Cali. I'm gonna start pulling people locally. AI and geospatial training. Now, geospatial, do y'all know what that means? No? Let's go. Geospatial training services. I had to blow it up because it's small on the screen. Geospatial training services. ArcGIS. Fundamentals of Google Earth Pro. Introduction to QGIS. JavaScript fundamentals for web and mobile application development. Open source GIS bootcamp. Program ArcGIS with Python workshop. Telling your story with story maps. Cartography. I think that's how you say it. What else? Oh, introduction to spatial statistics using ArcGIS desktop and R. Right? This is where you want to know what it is. Start just typing in stuff. Who's training? Where are they getting this from? What am I gonna do with this? What am I gonna do with this geospatial training? Yes. Yes. You want to work on edge computing and satellites? Gotta be like Showtime. Here's some from Coursera. Geospatial courses. Master Data Science, Geospatial and Environmental Analysis, Introduction to GIS Mapping, Geospatial Analysis Project, Climate Geospatial with Python and X-Ray, COVID Analysis, Geospatial Big Data Visualization in Kepler, Interactive Geospatial Visualization in Jupyter Labs, like, Imagery, Automation and Application, Data Visualization with Python. Right now, take it one step further. You can go on Indeed, you can go on ZipRecruiter, just type in geospatial. Senior platform configuration, senior geospatial engineer, systems engineer, AWS data engineer, cyber Linux systems administrator, geospatial developer and systems administrator, geospatial technician, 3D compilation, senior system administrator. I wonder why Linux keeps showing up on this. I wonder why. Technical targeting analyst, senior system administrator, data management, right? When you working with Linux, guess what? You working with satellites. You working with geospatial data. I'm just putting it out there. I don't have to lie to you. It's right here in front of you. What's going on, Steve Ops? A friend supports ArcGIS. The license is $100K for Kubernetes. Yep. I'm just pointing y'all in directions so you don't have to keep falling into the same pipeline, right? Every time we hear something new, we say, okay, we got to learn how to do coding. And everybody ran over to coding. We were like, yay, we're going to go learn coding. And then it was like, no, you need to go learn cybersecurity. And everybody was like, okay, I'm going over here. I'm going to learn cybersecurity. And now everybody's like AI. And now I'm going to go over here and run over here and learn AI. And then the next thing you know, they're going to be like, hey, y'all know about that quantum? You know about that quantum computing? And everybody going to be like, I'm going to go over here and learn quantum computing. That's what I'm doing. That's what they say I need to be. I'm trying to tell you, all of that is going to be here for the next 10 years. You got to pick where you want to be. You got to pick where you want to be. Where y'all want to be at? What you want to do? But every time they open up the doors, y'all be late. They open the show starts at 8:00. Y'all show up at 12, and y'all be like, "What happened? What I missed?" Oh, they already gave out all the scholarships and the jobs, and they're getting ready to leave now to go tour the quantum computing lab. And you be like, "Oh, well, how can I get in on that?" They gave everything away already. You was over here running down the security line. Y'all was too busy running over there. You got to have a plan. I keep stressing this. Come up with a career path. Come up with a plan, man. Come up with a plan. Come up with a plan. And I listen, no one likes to talk about platform engineering, DevSecOps, and site reliability engineering more than I do. And here's why. Because there's nothing they don't touch. If I want to be a site reliability engineer for a fintech company, guess what? I'm in fintech as a site reliability engineer. I'm building something for them. If I want to go work at a hedge fund, I can be working at a hedge fund. The thing about coding is if that particular company don't need you to know C++ and they need you to know Rust, and they want to know if you can catch on real quick, you kind of like, I can catch on. But infrastructure is infrastructure. A machine is a machine. Terraform is Terraform. Vault is Vault. Applications getting deployed onto a cluster is a cluster. Maintaining it, spin it up, spin it down, you can go anywhere. I can be in any room. Oh, what y'all working on? Okay. Y'all deploying solar panels, right? On edge computing solar panels. Y'all want to get metrics off of that. And you want to store those metrics into some type of database to come up with some type of graph to see what's the best day to turn, not to turn, this, that, and other. Oh, okay. Guess what? I can do that for satellites. I can do that for solar panels on Earth or in the sky on a satellite, whatever. Metrics is metrics. Fundamentals is fundamentals. Learn the fundamentals. Learn the fundamentals. Stop letting people trick you into saying, well, I'm going to go get into tech and I'm going to go be a cybersecurity engineer. In what? Cybersecurity engineer in what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Be specific. Be specific. Know what your options are. I think I probably talked about 10 different jobs tonight. Probably talked about 10 different jobs tonight. Right? Don't be the last to know, be the first to know. Be the first in the game. It's okay. Stop thinking because you see a lot of salt on there, it can't be no pepper over there. Just because there's a lot of salt, cool. I want to be the pepper in the mix. I'm finna spice things up. Next one up. IBM. IBM calls on Tampa Bay area innovators as it seeks to invest new $500 million AI fund. I'm just showing you where the money is flowing. You can figure out where you want to be at. $500 million AI fund. Who got the most patents in the United States? Y'all should know this answer. I just said it. You should know this answer. I just said it. Who got the most patents in the United States? You think they are mammoth? They ain't went nowhere yet. IBM got the most patents. Thank you, Natasha. Somebody send Natasha $5. Natasha, we're gonna send you some money today. IBM, the tech behemoth, Big Blue, is seeking startups for its new $500 million AI-focused venture fund. The company announced the fund on Tuesday with plans to invest in companies at any stage, from early stage to hypergrowth startups. It wants to find the current and future AI leaders and develop its product offerings according to a release. AI is slated to unlock nearly $16 trillion in productivity by 2030. With the launch of IBM Enterprise AI Venture Fund, we're opening another channel to harness the enormous potential of AI revolution into tangible positive outcomes for IBM. You think it's expensive now to live in Tampa? You think it's expensive now to live in Florida? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. All I can say is I got Birdman hands. I ain't letting nothing go. I ain't letting no property go. And letting nothing go. How much for the lot? 500,000. 500,000. All right. So another channel to harness enormous potential of AI revolution into a tangible positive outcomes for IBM. Rob Thomas, the senior vice president and CEO of IBM, said in a prepared statement, companies that receive investment can become a partner and receive operational support from IBM, meaning hop on their cloud. While Tampa Bay tech scene isn't known for its AI companies, AI is becoming a trend nationally and regionally, with many companies founding and pivoting into innovative tech. IBM has a connection to Tampa and the Southeast, with an office space in Rocky Point, and IBM attending the Synapse conference in the past years. Got an office at Rocky Point. Hmm. What watch me shine. All right. IBM has already invested over 200 million into companies like Hugging Faces and Hidden Layer. It also sells Watson X and AI model for business support. The aim is to improve the tool. All right, so when you see stuff like this, the first thing you should do is cut and paste. But for you, you can't cut and paste. So let's go over here and look up IBM Enterprise AI Venture Fund. Released 14 hours ago. Let's go to their newsroom and see what they talk about. That's D in the background. All right. All right, so here we go. AI technology organizations around the world are capitalizing on the latest wave of AI innovation and generative AI with Watson X. So start thinking about things you can do with Watson X. The company's AI and data platform, the IBM Enterprise AI Venture, the company will grow its ecosystem of AI partnerships. You got the 1630, a differentiated approach to AI investing. IBM has demonstrated its commitment to promoting AI for business through its recent investments in AI technology and companies. For example, IBM announced in August participating in a 235 million Series D round for Hugging Faces. What do you know here? What comes up again? IBM has contributed to hundreds of open models and data sets on Hugging Faces, including the recent release of Geospatial Foundation model. Dang, that geospatial stuff came up again, Tam. In partnership with NASA, it is also the largest geospatial foundation model on Hugging Faces and the first ever open AI foundation model built in collaboration, with NASA. All right. What else do we have? Hidden Layers Series A funding is expanding its talent base, increased go-to-market efforts, and further invest in award-winning machine learning security platform, MLSec. Machine learning security. Those that want to go into security, machine learning security. You may want to look at places like SentinelOne and CrowdStrike already. KnowBe4 as well too. But again, there may be a new little thing that they may be looking at. What's going on, G? Thank you, Mika. Allow me a few minutes one-on-one. I be needing some consulting directly, please. I'm gonna track you for availability. I know you're busy, G. Yeah. If you're in Slack or D could just drop the link in the channel for one-on-ones. We do have one-on-ones. They are open. We are winding down towards the end of the year. So things gotta happen. We gotta go offline for a little bit, but I'll take some one-on-ones because I know it's the end of the year. I have things I'm planning out for the next year. My original goal was 10 million for my retirement, but I think I'm gonna move that up. Did I get 10 million from Earn Your Leisure? Absolutely not. I've been talking about 10 million in my retirement since 2019, 2020, end of 2019, beginning of 2020. Why was I talking about 10 million? I've been talking about 10 million for my retirement because I want to live a life of luxury. I don't want to have to worry about things. And I want to do things on my time and how I want them. I don't want to have to wait till I get a paycheck or whatever. Like I want to do what I want to do, how I want to do it. That's just me. 10 million may not be everybody else's goal. It's my goal. How am I? And I have shown y'all on I that W2 million multimillionaire episode 124. I showed y'all how to get to what at least was it 5 million on that one. I showed you how to get to 5 million on that. I showed you how to get to 5 million. That's just W2 money with one job. That's just W2 money with one job. Imagine if you had two jobs. Imagine you had 1099 consultant work. Right? I showed you how to do that. So, listen. The sidebar. I see the beef going on online between Anton and Richard Fain. And they both have their arguments. Here's what I'm going to say. Each person is showing you how they became a millionaire. And each person has their own way that works. Either way it goes, you can follow Dave Ramsey, you can follow the money guy, you can follow Anton, you can follow Warren Buffett, you can follow Tyler Perry. At the end of the day, you have to do what works for you within your skill set. If you know that your skill set is not going to pay you over $50,000 for the next 10 years, you may get 52, 53, might bump up to 60, then you need to increase your skill set. I've already told you, be strategic about who the companies that you decide that you want to sign your name onto. We're looking for companies that 10, 12, and 25% into your 401k off the rip. I don't care what you do. You roll over in your bed and every month, if you don't do nothing, they're going to do something. I'm not talking about a match. I'm not talking about a match. Everybody know I'm not talking about a match. If you don't know, now you know. I'm literally talking about if you make 100,000, if they're gonna put 10% into your 401k, they're gonna put $10,000 into your 401k every year, regardless of what you do. Now, some people get mad about that and they say that's golden handcuffs and is this, is that, whatever the case may be. If you get the job that's paying you 5 or 10 million, you don't think that's golden handcuffs? They want you for a reason. Let's go to handcuffs. But listen, do you want golden handcuffs or do you want debt handcuffs? Which one you want? I like golden handcuffs, not debt handcuffs. I don't know about y'all. I'm cool with the debt handcuffs. Right? Now, if you cool with the golden handcuffs, put golden in the chat. Let me know. Maybe you not. Maybe you're not cool with the golden handcuffs. Maybe y'all want to be with the debt. I don't know. Let me know so I can stop talking about it. Right? So MLSEC, right? Machine learning security. Machine learning security. Right? Scrolling through here real quick. Our partnership will help us bring AI threat detection capabilities to the most cutting edge companies in the world. Right? So MLSEC. Machine learning and security. There's a GitHub right here on it right here, and they got labs. This course will start October the 3rd on 2023. It's a Teams link. This is somebody's course. Just immediately I found it. But it goes through what they're talking about here. You can go look at their go straight and look at their labs that they got right here and their notes. Here's how they got everything laid out right here. Go take a look at it. You might like it. You might like it, but there you go. Let me go one more. So AWS documentation, MLSec 11 project against adversarial and malicious. There's a book on in O'Reilly that came out on in 2018, machine learning and security right here. You could probably get this for free. Um, you could probably get machine learning and security. Machine. Hold on. Machine learning and security, and we'll type in Clarence, and we'll do PDF. I just want to see if his book come up as a PDF. I'll see it. Maybe. No, that's on O'Reilly. Google Books. Let me see. Yeah. You can get it for free right there. There you go, right there. There's the book. Let me add it to my library. It's been added. Just like that. Go get it for free. All right. So let's go back and show you how I did that. Here's the book. I'm not telling you to read it. I'm just telling you to skim through it, see what you think about it. Do you want to go down that route? Machine learning security. Think about the data, the models, the attempts, and so forth, right? And here's IBM Ventures right here. What they have in their portfolio as well too. Here's the team. Like I tell you, be looking real light skin. He almost looked like Obama. George Mina almost looked like Obama. Telling you, be real light skin. Be real light skin. Here's IBM Ventures. Be real light skin. All right. So you followed the money. You know where everything is at. I showed you jobs. I still got a lot of stuff that I have not gone over. I won't do SRE tonight because I'm not gonna be able to get through that in the time that I need to get through. What time is it? Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to do that. I wanna dedicate some time to it. I'm not gonna be able to do that. However, I did the AI. Oh yeah. This is a oldie but goodie. To keep y'all heads in the game. This is keep y'all heads in the game. Right? I want to keep your heads in the game. This is an oldie but goodie. This came out earlier this year. I talked about it earlier this year in March about building data centers on the moon. I talked about the sovereign in the water, right? We talked about that. But now let's talk about data centers on the moon. Y'all are arguing about Cheesecake Factory and they going to the moon and gonna leave y'all here to argue with the Cheesecake Factory. Space perspective in the whole nine. All right. Florida-based company raised $5 million in seed funding to establish lunar data centers. Lone Star announced in a press release on Monday, Lone Star wants to build a series of data centers on the moon and establish a viable platform for data storage and edge processing. Data centers on the moon. Lone Star Data Holdings. Saving Earth data one byte at a time. Here are their services. Here are their careers. Do you have world-class skills? Are you looking to join a team? We're offering competitive salaries, motor inquiries. You just have to go sign up for them. That's what that is. Again, a lot of these don't be having their stuff out there. You have to just sign up. Right? Data centers on the moon. C Shields, thank you for this information. You're welcome. You're welcome. So when I look up data, you think they the only company out there? You think they the only company out there? You can't be that naive. So Lone Star is one. You think the government ain't gonna put data center on the moon? How about Verizon? That's another thing that y'all missed out on. It's the edge computing with the telcos. That's another one you missed out on. Edge computing with the telcos, right? Ericsson, Verizon data center. Verizon DCC give you a dedicated space, blah blah blah. That startup's putting on the moon for location. Verizon 20,000 square foot. Equinix completes its acquisition of 29 data centers. They was at the conference. They was at the conference too. Another company to go look out for. You want to look at jobs? Go look up there. Go look at their jobs. All right. Join the global leader and build your career. Begin your job search. Close. Close. United States only. I'm just going to type in Linux. I'm going to close that. Okay. What we come back with? A tax advisor, React. Oh, they didn't find it. That's right. Let's put in cloud. Tax advisor, communication manager. These are contract works. Let's have some contract work. Let's go back. Software development. View all jobs. Let me go back because I am missing something in this location. What am I missing? Let me go all the way back. See, these are international jobs here. So if you want to work for a company that's international, like I said before, they're based out of Australia. They're based out of Canada, Chile, Finland, France, Germany, Ireland, Japan, Malaysia, the Netherlands, the Philippines, Poland, South Africa, Sweden, Turkey, United Arabs, United Kingdom, and the United States. And then for the United States, a customer engineering intern, a contracts manager. They got an Ashburn. They got legal for GRC. They got a data center. All data center here around the United States here. Right, 101. This is just me doing a quick search on the company. You can go look at their stuff and see what they got. DoD Skill Bridge Program, financial HR intern, legal intern, network operations, a fellowship, principal engineer, metal platform, DevSecOps in Germany. Wanna go work in Germany? Go work in Germany for a company based out of the United States, and then get your well. You can go and move within the company how you want to. Right? You're gonna move in the company how you want to. Right? So that's with Equinix. Right? IBM, Equinix, Geospatial, the tech hubs. Let me see what else we got in here. Mm, 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 mm. Find my notes. All right, let's do this and then we're ready to get out of here. Let me see. Mm, mm, mm. So I don't know if y'all saw this article here. There's only one way to solve the cybersecurity skills gap. Um, and they're saying numerous think tanks are seeking to resolve the cybersecurity skill gap by the estimated by the industry ISC squared to stand at 3.4 million worldwide. It's an issue that can be resolved by relying on upon the usual influx of higher education. The call has been to recruit in less discriminating way by encouraging people to in related professions or to have some aptitude and relevant skills to enter the profession. But for the most part, that's not what is happening. Organizations are competing for resources from a small pool of people. Here's the global outlook, cybersecurity outlook for 2023, published by the Economic Forum. I went over that earlier this year as well too. A transient workforce does nobody any favors. It doesn't help individuals achieve their potential when their tenure is so short, and the business become more vulnerable because they don't have the stability and the resilience needed to create a strong security posture. Moreover, those with the deepest pockets will come out on top, making it very difficult for startups and small and mid-sized businesses to thrive, right? And there's the issue with that, right? A lot of times, these mid-sized businesses don't have enough money to compete, not just financially for salary, but for the long term on the benefit side. So they may offer some high benefits and leave you in limbo on trying to get ahead, right? The best intentions can backfire. However, encouraging non-skilled applicants into the sector with adequate provision. Now, here's the thing: when I see the word non-skilled, I often think about this. Why are people non-skilled? What's the quickest way to ramp people up and get them skilled? And what skills do they already have? Right? That's a conversation that we got to start having. Right? Just my thoughts. I'm gonna go more into that this weekend on Saturday. I may wait till next week. I don't know. I'm feeling. I'm figuring out how I want to approach that. I'm figuring out how I want to approach that. All right. I talked about edge computing. Here we go. So this was announced at the conference. Red Hat goes to the edge. Edge computing and the Internet of Things at Red Hat's latest release, Red Hat Device Edge. Red Hat Device Edge. Again, going to the edge. I keep talking about this. All right. Chicago, Illinois, edge computing is a big deal. So is IoT. They also work well together. So Red Hat in its latest enterprise offering, Red Hat Device Edge, announced at KubeCon, combines its open source offerings to create a fresh approach on how organizations deploy and manage workloads in remote and resource constrained environments. The core of Red Hat Edge is an enterprise ready distribution of MicroShift, OpenShift, but now MicroShift, a lightweight Kubernetes derived from Red Hat OpenShift, coupled with edge optimized operating system built from Red Hat Enterprise Linux. The combination offers a minimal footprint, which is crucial for deploying workloads in the challenging environments where system resources are a premium. Red Hat Edge offers two tailored deployments. The first one combines Rail with Podman. Oh my goodness. Does this sound familiar to you all? It should. A popular open source tool that makes it easier to find, run, build, and share deployed applications using OCI containers from container images. This is ideal for small deployments with static applications, such as most IoT devices. The second option adds Microshift for dynamic environments that require advanced container orchestration and Kubernetes integration. My quick rule of thumb for when you want to use this, take Red Hat device edge, is you usually use OpenShift, but need to run on the smallest possible hardware. Then Microshift takes the best. This is the key to understanding Red Hat device edge. If you're already using OpenShift, you want to use the same tools and processes all the way from the data center to your cloud and all the way to the edge. This approach is for you, right? So then it goes and talk about how it's used, how to use it, how to get it deployed, and so forth. I'm going to take some time and peel back the layers for Red Hat Edge. I'll probably do that next week. No, week after next. I'll probably do Red Hat Edge week after next to talk about devices at the edge, to talk about what does that look like. When I say devices at the edge, I'm literally talking about your tablet, your phone, your Ring doorbell. All these things are edge devices. Think about how much data they collect all day, every day. How to analyze that data. Even your TV and your router as well too, right? So when we're thinking about this, all right. So last but not least, and then we're gonna be ready to get out of here. I got 9 minutes. I said the show was gonna be long. It is, but I usually do 2 hours. I'm doing good in my eye. In my eye. All right. So let's look at this. Let me see if I can get through 6 articles in 9 minutes. All right, the SEC suit ushers in a new era of cyber enforcement. The federal push to enforce cyber security requirements is holding public companies and government contractors accountable as a matter of law and national security. So the SEC is saying, "Hey, we don't need for you to just be up here saying you do cybersecurity. We need to check to make sure you're doing cybersecurity." So they say organizations handling sensitive data now face a new era of accountability. Where meeting the mandatory minimum cybersecurity standards is considered essential for fiduciary duty and federal contractors' national security. So when you see stuff like this right here, that's a job. Somebody has to go implement this, and somebody needs to check. So you need to be looking at this as a job. It's an option for you to get into work in on the cybersecurity side. All right. I won't read all through this. I just wanted to mention it. I'll give this to D, and D can drop it in the back chat for you all, and you all can go down the rabbit hole and get more into it. But at least you know about it now, right? At least you know about it. All right. And when you think about this, it's the CMMC program. And I talked about this at GovCon Giants, but now somebody got to implement those processes. And so what does that look like for someone to implement? All right. All right. So let's go. I got how much time I got on the clock? Tim is on the clock. All right. I got 7 minutes. 7 minutes, people. 7 minutes. I'm on the clock. Where's my document? Right here. All right. So next up, let's go. Take you out to Oregon. All over the United States today. Oregon gives out 35 million in grants to programs training workers for high demand industry, right? 35 million. Oregon gave out. Follow the money. Follow the money. All right. Follow the money. All right. The workforce ready grants are thank you, Janelle Scott. You're welcome for you welcome. The workforce ready grants are part of 200 million future ready Oregon investment package approved by legislation by the legislator in 2022. So those of you in Oregon and you like, well, what's happening? What's going on? You got money coming your way for training. Utilize the training. You get that. All right. Oregon is sending 35 million in grant funding to 30 projects across the state for workforce training in high demand industries. It's the largest round of funding awarded so far under the Future Ready Oregon Plan, approved by lawmakers in 2022. The legislation overall steers 200 million from the state's general fund and federal pandemic relief aid to education for training for Oregon. I guess Oregons? Oregonins? I don't know. Oregonians. Okay, we're gonna call them or people from Oregon. How about that? How about that? Let me see if anything else. Okay, other recipients include organizations like the Boys and Girl Clubs and the tribal communities. The Confederate tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation is on the list for its projects partnering with the industry and the Pendleton-based Blue Mountain Community College to provide training and credentialing in unmanned aircraft systems. Unmanned aircraft systems. I told you always got to go down to the bottom. They tell you a little bit more information. At the top is fluff. At the bottom is the detail. So, drones, unmanned aircraft systems, fires. Think about that. That's what you're thinking about there, right? 200 million. Can't say ain't no money out here for you to learn. All right. Yup, we did that. Here's AOL. I didn't even know AOL was still alive. I didn't know you could go to AOL and get information, and they got a subscription. I didn't know they was still alive. All right, eight highest paying jobs where you can get the most paid time off each year. These are not tech jobs. I just thought it was interesting. All right, let's go. Airline pilot, a judge, and they got a judge making 128,000. I guess that's median to start out. A K school principal, a speech language pathologist, a school psychologist, a post-secondary teacher, occupational therapist, small business owner, and that's what they came up with as the 8 highest paying job careers where you get the most time off each year. I didn't agree with it. Look kind of shady to me, but that's okay. I didn't make it. I should come up with my own. I should come out with my own. We did the certifications. Let's see, what's this one? You know about NVIDIA and what they're doing. We won't talk about NVIDIA. Okay, this is my last one here. Do I have time? Oh, 2 minutes. Okay, Tam. All right. I say the best for last, I guess. Let me see. Where's the article? Oh, where is that? Oh, here it is, right. Okay. You go and say the best for last. Oregonians, we're gonna call them people from Oregon. Ernest, they the people for Oregon. All right. How a worker with two full-time remote jobs spends her 320K salary. So I'm assuming she got one job at 160 and the other one at 160 or maybe 170 and the other one at, I don't know, 150 or something like that. Overemployment spending. We talked about this before. People are like, don't do it. Reconsider. Read some literature on the subject, right? Whatever. All right, so let's go. Yep. Okay. A woman revealed, let's see, a woman earning a hefty salary from holding down two full-time jobs divulges she chooses to spend her substantial income working with James Cooper, a financial and budgeting expert on TikTok. No thanks. She shared how she saves money, how much of it she spends each month, and on what, and how much she earns per paycheck. The woman revealed how she spends her annual salary of 302,000, which she earns from working two full-time jobs. She's in Austin. She's a senior project manager making $230,000 annually as a project manager and $90,000 as a data analyst. Because she has two full-time jobs, she's able to max out two 401ks at 3%. So the max she could do in each one of those this year is 22.5. So she probably does divide it up. It's also worth mentioning that she's available for two bonuses totaling $70,000 and restricted stock units at the end of the year. This woman's paycheck after tax deduction totals 7,800. Some of her monthly expenses includes her mortgage of 3,500, utilities and Wi-Fi of 320, and car insurance, which is $90. The woman also sets aside money for leisurely activities and self-care, including dining out, $300, going to the gym, $150, her nails, $100, quarterly Botox, $300, and shopping trips of $300. She also generally donates at least $200 to charity each month and helps her parents out by giving them $500. I hope she has a charity set up where her mom and dad are beneficiaries of that $500, because that $200 is a tax write off. And if she sets her mom and dad up into a charitable remainder trust, she can then have them be beneficiaries and receive out of that, or she can do a donor advised fund and have them set up and create them a charity and give them money out of that if she's paying $500 a month. I'm just saying, might as well get your deductions. Cooper explains the personalized budget plan he composed for her. She has her money automatically flow into three bank accounts every time she gets paid with both jobs. So she'll have money automatically flow into a spending account, a bill pay account where all of her expenses get automatically pulled from, and a high yield savings account. After her fund and her expenses, she's left with $8,460 at the end of the month to do whatever she wants with it. Cooper says the woman could use that money to invest, save, or put it in towards a vacation since her emergency fund is already funded. While the woman is undoubtedly a hustler, it is really practical or even legal to work two full-time jobs. According to Overemployed, it's technically not against the law to work multiple jobs at one time. If you live in the United States, that at-will employment is the law, meaning that it is a free market between employees and employers. So it is legal to work multiple remote jobs, as this woman does. Although this may seem like a good idea to double your income, especially for those who are struggling to make ends meet, having just one job, there is a chance that it could backfire. At work, you're expected to show up and give your all. However, if you're in a meeting with your boss and the other boss expects you to meet a deadline immediately, after something is going to have to give. When you're too spread thin, it's challenging to give your best effort to either job. Your work quality may suffer, which can result in negative consequences such as reprimands or job loss. It's not just your work performance that will suffer. With two full-time jobs, there's little time for anything outside of work, such as spending time with family and friends. If you're making 5 to 10 million, or if you're pulling down $40 to $50,000 a month, Do y'all go see y'all friends? I'm just curious. I can tell you what happened with me. I still did my lives and I saw my friends when I saw them. I don't need to see y'all. I can tell you. I'm gonna tell you what happens. I'm gonna tell you what happens when you making that kind of money a month. You know what you say? If I go outside, what is the ROI of me going outside? If I stay inside, I can get these things done and I can get some sleep. I'm just telling you. All right. There's little time for outside, such as spending time with family, pursuing hobbies, or simply relaxing. There is also a high probability of burnout, which can lead to constant exhaustion, anxiety, and depression. That rainy day fund that she putting into, she better put all that money up. She better put all that money up because when she start working two jobs, she gonna want to sleep. And sometimes you just want to sleep for like 2 or 3 weeks. I just want to go to bed. I just want to sleep. While working multiple jobs may earn you as much money as this woman, you have to consider it is really the best. Is it really the best decision for you? Showing up, let me get it back on the screen. All right, showing up to work every day, ready to take on the day's task can grow difficult when you're expected upon another job to show up at another job and deliver the same energy. Ernie, she said, don't know how she physically does it in an 80-hour, 2 week cycle mentally, also. Oh, it's real easy. It's real easy. Let me see if they got a budget. She's out of Toronto. All right, so let me pull this up on another screen. All right, so let's go here and let's hop down to the video. Well, it should have been right here. There it is.
This is a 34-year-old that is double dipping in Austin, Texas, meaning she has two jobs. Her first being a senior project manager that pays her $230,000 a year, and her second is a data analyst paying her $90,000 a year. So with these two remote jobs, she's bringing in $320,000 a year. So let's check out her numbers. Because she has two full-time jobs, she's able to max out two 401ks at 3%. It's also worth mentioning that she's available for two bonuses totaling to $70,000 and restricted stock units at the end of the year. Her first expense is a $3,500 mortgage. No big deal. She's making a lot of money. She's got a house cleaner at $250. She helps her parents out quite a bit, and she also gets quarterly Botox. All of her expenses are automatically totaled up here at the bottom, and that's roughly $6,800. As we get over to the right side of her budget, this number is most important because it's how much money she has left over after all of her expenses have been paid. From there, you can choose your fund money amount. I call it a monthly allowance, but it's both the same thing. Now, the way I budget for her, she has her money automatically flow into 3 bank accounts every time she gets paid with both jobs. So she'll have money automatically flow into a spending account, a bill pay account where all of her expenses get automatically pulled from, and a high yield savings account. After her fund and her expenses, she's left with $8,460 at the end of every month to do whatever she wants with. So she could save, she could invest, she could put it toward a vacation, whatever. She can do this because her emergency fund is already fully funded. She needs $21,000 of spending and bill pay for 3 months, and this number is automatically calculated. By the way, if you want this budget, it's fully automated. I'll give it to you absolutely for free. Just let me know in the comments.
Okay, so first mistake there is her emergency fund is only 21,000. It needs to be pushed up to like 50 to 100,000, so she can be off so she can be off for a year. That's number one. Number two, she needs to set up. She needs to do more with her donations, and that may need to be in like a charitable remainder trust or I don't like the DAF. I don't like DAF because for her she doesn't get any money back. So what the charitable remainder trust does is she can donate that money to her trust that she sets up, and it can grow inside the trust. It can generate income inside the trust, and she can get paid a portion of that income out. She can then set up beneficiaries, and those beneficiaries can get money as well. But the money that goes into it is now can be utilized as a tax deduction. So she put in $40,000 into the trust, or she put in $50,000 into the trust. In fact, I probably would have my emergency fund in there. I have to think about the tax implications on that. But I sure would. I would be looking at how can I get, because she's at 320,000. She's in what, 37% tax bracket, or 35, 37 or 35% tax bracket. She has a house, so that helps her there. She's putting money into her 401k. They tell me she maxing out both of her 401ks. No, what it sounds like is she's putting in 3% because both of the employers are giving her a 3% match. So she's not going anywhere past 3% on each one of those. And because it's two 401ks, you can't max out 23,000 over here and 23,000 over there. She has to put in divide that, well, next year's to be 23. She has to divide that up and then put that in for both of them so she can get away. And excuse me, I don't know if they're Roth or not, because now the question is, what can she do with the Roth? And then she got $8,000 left over, and she got a high yield savings account. And so, what does she do with the 8,000? Does she go throw it into a brokerage account, or what is she doing there? Because if she go throwing it into an IRA, then she's gonna have to wait to get that money out. It's gonna be taxed on that money, so she can't really do that there. So she has to find some way where that money can generate income. Goes back to what I talked about for. It goes back to what I talked about for. How do you manage that money? Everybody know what I'm talking about, right? Y'all been here before. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I was talking about with that IBA. We know that, right? The money that you get, that extra money, that extra 20, 30, 40,000 that you get out, what do you do with that money? You maxed out your 401k. You maxed out. I didn't hear anything about an HSA. I didn't look at the sheet. She might have had an HSA, but between the 401k, the HSA, the high yield savings account, she needs to up her money on her emergency fund. She needs to throw money over there. And then she probably needs to go into a brokerage account as well too, because I ain't hear nothing about a brokerage or nothing like that. But she may be in some index funds or some mutual funds. I ain't hear none of that. So I don't know. She got somebody to do it for her. I just personally didn't see where it was beneficial for her, on that. Coda Evelyn, you say, do you manage that fund or does so? No, you manage that fund. You can manage the fund, but you can also, Fidelity does this. So I'm not sure, call them tomorrow. I'm gonna set up a phone call with them tomorrow. Um, Fidelity will manage the trust for you. You have to get a lawyer. The lawyers establish the trust for you. Fidelity manages the trust for you. And again, in that trust, you can put in land, you can put in houses, you can put in stocks. It's a number of things you can do within that. They'll tell you, well, we usually try to deal with people that are on the blah 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 side. Look, set this up and I'll pay you. Let's go here. So here's the one I'm talking about, the charitable remainder trust, right? Let's look at the how what I'm talking about. So this is what it looks like here. All right, so you got to get somebody to establish the trust. Once you get someone to establish the trust, you can then, and I should be at the top. I don't know how I move myself up to the top. Is that it? Yeah. One thing is, it'd be so small on the screen. I like the other one. It'd be too small on the screen with that one. All right, so here, I'm gonna screw it up there. All right, you make your contribution here into the trust. And because you made that contribution, you get a tax deduction, but it also can be an income stream, and it also can come back to you as an income stream. And then the money that's left over or whatnot, the remainder amount goes to your charities. Now, what I was trying to find out from them is, can these charities be charities that your family established as long as you don't sit on the board of those charities? Say you have a charity for the grandkids that go into law school. Say you got a charity set up for kids who want to go to nursing school. And say you got a charity set up for kids who want to go and create and be entrepreneurs. You can have as long as I am not on there, I don't see why it's a problem, but I don't know. So that's a question I have to ask. But you can get a tax deduction. So if I put in 40,000, it takes out that 40,000. So you can donate cash, stocks, non-publicly traded assets such as real estate, private business interests, private stock, private company stock, and become eligible to take a partial deduction. The partial income deduction is based on the type of trust, the term of the trust, and the projected income payments. The IRS interest rates that assume a certain rate of growth of the trust assets. You or your chosen beneficiaries receive an income stream based on how you set the trust up. You or your stated beneficiaries can receive income annually, semi-annually, quarterly, or monthly. Per the IRS, the annual annuity must be at least 5%, but no more than 50% of the trust assets. Right? So that's what I was looking at. I mean, she making that kind of money, I would be looking at something like that because I'll be looking for more tax deductions because it sounds like she's W-2 and not a contractor because they got 401ks. So it sounds like she needs to be looking at something where she needs to set that extra $8,000 a month up. So let's just hypothetically speaking, let's just do 9,000 because it was 8,500. 9,000 times 12. She has approximately what? How much? $108,000 of disposable income left over. She got a whole salary, somebody's whole salary left over. She got $108,000 left over. It would have to be working for me. It's gonna have to work for me. That's just what I say. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong or not. All right, that's it. I'm 16 minutes over. I tried to get through it all. D laughing at me. Whatever. It said her senior PM role must be well balanced at that employer because the PMs at my employer are super overloaded. That's because they try to take on everything. They try to take on everything. They're not good at delegating. You can't take on everything. Can't take on everything, right? So I hope it's been informative for you tonight. Start applying for the diversity scholarships. If I lose some followers, it's okay. I'm all right. It is what it is. Also start going to the conferences, start applying and getting the CFPs. We're working on some stuff in the background to help you out, so forth and so on. It'll be coming soon. You'll see. Next year's conference for CubeCon is in Utah, but after that is Atlanta. Atlanta, you're on the clock. Atlanta. Hello, you're on the clock. All right. So I hope to see more than 100 Black people at the conference in Atlanta. I don't expect to see more than 100 in Utah. I just don't. But if I do, let's rock. Let's go. You can only drink. You can't do shots in Utah anyway. They are highly regulated. In Utah, if you try to get a shot, they'll be like, "Oh, we got to pour you only 2 ounces, and we got to regulate that for the next hour. We can't pour you more than 2 shots in 1 hour. So get your drinks, because that's all you're gonna be able to do. Is get your drinks. Get your what we call it, your sparkling water, and put some lemon in it. That's all you're gonna be able to get. All right, y'all be safe. I appreciate everybody who donated and the super chats. For those of you that want a one-on-one, D dropped the link already in the chat, so sign up for your one-on-one. And as well, if you need career advice or what have you, we had that there. Don't be on the sideline. Don't let these $5 million, $10 million jobs pass you by without asking questions. At least ask the question. At least ask, how can I get the skill set? Can you mentor me? Can somebody do something? But don't sit on the sideline and let everybody get all the jobs. And you be over here stuck at the 45 to 100. Don't get stuck. All right, y'all be safe.